Hello everyone, Rogue Fox here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today, I'll be showing you my submission for Mumbo Jumbo's Spooky Door Challenge. If you haven't been able to tell already, this is Count Dracula himself. Now, Count Dracula is also surrounded by some lovely decorations placed in by my wife. Now, the idea behind this piston door was one, of course, to have a functional piston door, but two, to have some special effects to go along with our opening sequence of that door. So in Mumbo's video, the eyes opened up on his door, and then they looked down at you, and I thought that was really cool, so I figured I would do something similar. Now, the eyes aren't going to blink or anything like that, but what they will do is turn bloodshot as soon as we activate that pressure plate, and that is inspired by Christopher Lee's portrayal of Dracula. And since this is Dracula, we do need to have fangs coming down, and we're also going to have a little bit of blood. Now, with all of those things that I mentioned, it's all going to happen at once as soon as we activate that pressure plate. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Before we step on that pressure plate, I do want to show you that this is in fact a piston door. I know there's an opening here, but if we walk inside, there is no way for us to get through. So I just wanted to show you that before we go ahead and activate this. Now, enough talking, let's go ahead and step on that pressure plate. Alright, and here we go. We're going to go ahead and step onto the pressure plate. His eyes swap over, they're nice and bloodshot, and as you saw here, the fangs come out, and then we have some blood dripping down. Let's go ahead and take a look at that again. So everything goes back to normal, the door closes back up, and then we step on it again. Everything swaps over, and then we can go ahead and head on through our door here. Now we will be covered in blood as we come through, just like that. And if we step on this pressure plate here, that will shut the door right behind us. Now that you've seen how the door works, let's take a quick look at the redstone behind it. Now I must mention that I did build this in Bedrock Edition, but I tried to make this as Java friendly as possible. So if you're playing Java and you're downloading this world, there may be a couple things that are different. I think, for example, the redstone down below powering these bottom pistons, but for the most part, everything should work in Java Edition. Maybe a little bit of the redstone timings may be off with the repeaters. But let's go ahead and take a look. What we have here is a very simple redstone line going down. That is going to run down here into our T flip-flop, and then that's going to power this redstone tower right here going into this repeater, powering our block, which is then going to control all the redstone for the build. So I must say I am very proud of the redstone here. I made this as compact as I could, so I believe this fits within a 7x6 area. Now the orange circuit up top controls the block swapper for the eyes. So what I've chose to do is use nether wart block because it kind of has that veiny bloodshot look in my own opinion. So I thought that was really cool. Nothing too fancy going on up here. And then the blue circuit here is what's controlling the fangs that extend and then retract. So if we pop in here, we have our pistons, and then those are wired up by these repeaters right here. And I do have a 4-tick delay on those just so everything works in unison. Now the biggest challenge here was the timer for the droppers. I only had this much space to work with, but what I ended up doing was creating a hopper clock like you see right here, and that's being locked by this redstone repeater. So when everything activates, the redstone torch turns off, allowing our item to move back and forth freely, and then that's going to power our droppers there. For the wiring down below, what we have here is another redstone torch on the outside, and that's going to power these pistons here to extend our line down, and that's going to keep our redstone block here, activating our redstone, and then extending our pistons for the bottom teeth. Now this is where I think there's a difference in Bedrock and Java. I'm not sure in Java if redstone runs into pistons directly like that. I believe you need to have repeaters and then a redstone line back here. If that's the case, then this is an easy fix for our pressure plate here that's also connected to our T flip-flop. All we need to do is push that back a block or two, and then everything down here will work just fine. Now for a behind the scenes look, we're going to go ahead and flip our lever. So there is our block swap, and then in here our redstone torch is deactivated, allowing our hopper clock to go and do its thing. And then here the pistons have retracted as I mentioned, and that turns off this redstone line and then allows the teeth to retract. And then of course it's going to be a little hard to see, but this is powering our pistons right there. Actually, that's a great view. So there it is. That's an overview of all the redstone. And there you have it, everyone. That is my submission for Mumbo's Spooky Piston Door Challenge. This is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Rogue Fox, and I'm out. I'll see you later.